We begin tonight with the spread of the Omicron variant. 5 cases have now been reported in New York State. This news coming just hours after we learned a Minnesota resident tested positive after a recent trip to New York City. CBS 2's Cory James joined us live from the Javits Center with details. Cory.
And Allie, that man was here for an anime event at the convention center. Organizers for it say he developed symptoms 2 days after attending the event and after that event ended. And while we do not know how long he was here, we do know that other New Yorkers have tested positive for the new variant too. The state of COVID in New York became clearer Thursday night. Governor Hochul and Mayor de Blasio holding a press conference announcing at least 5 confirmed cases of the Omicron variant, one of them involving a 67-year-old Suffolk County woman who tested positive 5 days after returning from a South Africa trip.
This is an individual who had symptoms, mild symptoms of a headache and a cough.
Our test and trace team is out there immediately, working with each individual who was affected to figure out who else they came in contact with.
In addition to the case in Suffolk County, officials say 2 of the other cases are in Queens. Another is in Brooklyn, and the exact location of the 5th case is not known at this time. But Hochul says that person lives in the city.
Panic.
This news coming down hours after David Croutson learned a Minnesota man tested positive for the Omicron variant after attending the Anime NYC convention at the Javits Center. The 3-day event drew 53,000 people to New York City, and Croutson was one of them.
It was really crowded. There are people who are just kind of out there with no mask. I'm getting tested just to alleviate the stress for myself.
In a statement, Anime NYC said the event followed all guidance laid out by the city and state for indoor activities. That includes requiring attendees to have at least 1 dose of the COVID-19 vaccine. While some question if that policy should change to fully vaccinated, Hochul says for now,
we're not changing our protocols. We want people to know that the early cases that have arisen are not life-threatening. They seem to be minor cases, and that is a source of good news for us right now.
And Hochul says a complete vaccination history for all 5 New Yorkers who tested positive for Omicron is not known at this time. But they tell us the woman who contracted the virus after returning from South Africa that she had at least 1 dose of a vaccine. The governor and the mayor both encouraging people to get fully vaccinated and boosters as well. Outside the Javits Center, Cory James, CBS 2 News.
Thank you, Cory.